So, how many people have a tough time getting focused, staying focused, staying on track? So, goals, they're kind of a weird thing in that we're supposed to have them, and if we don't, we're not really accomplishing what we want in life, right? So, if someone came to you and said, and you were talking to them and you said, "What are your goals?" and they said, "I have zero goals. I have zero goals." It would be kind of weird, right?
Yes.
Who in their right mind will want to be around, have a relationship with, work for, work with someone that has zero goals? It would be odd. It would be an oddity, right? Do you run across people that will say they have zero goals? Not too often, though, right? You said yes, you do. People that will go, "No, I don't want to do shit but die. I don't want to do nothing but age, not so gracefully, and just kick the bucket."
Maybe I know a lot of old people.
What do you want to do in life, Jack? "I don't want to do nothing." What's that Bruno Mars song?
I want to be a millionaire. I want to do nothing at all.
Yeah, I want to do nothing at all today, or every day, or for the rest of my life. So it's very odd that you would find people that have zero zilch. I don't want to be around your friends. But if you think about it, even children get a sense of, I need to do something and accomplish. And the people that are probably the most fulfilled and happiest is when we're achieving something that we set out for. Now, as the book gets more and more crowded, as your calendar gets more and more filled up, as your phones chime and chirp and notify more and more, it's becoming more and more difficult to accomplish goals because of distractions. And that's why you have to stay focused. We talk about this quite a lot, but let me give you a little bit of a story about how and why you should stay focused. You have a young guy, he just graduated high school. He goes to USC and applies to their, I forgot what it's called specifically, but I think it's the USC School of Film and Movies or something like that. Film and Theater. TV. Prestigious school here in Southern California, right? He applies one time, he gets rejected. He applies two times. What they tell him? The same as the first time. No! He goes over there a third time. How many people will quit applying to this school? Most people. He applies three times. Finally, he says, "Forget it. I'm going down to Cal State Long Beach." He goes to Cal State Long Beach. He gets a degree. He graduates. He goes on to pursue his goal and his vision. He comes out with movies maybe you all know of. Let me start with Jaws, Raiders of the Ark, The Color Purple,
Spielberg.
Saving Private Ryan. Who?
Spielberg.
Okay, not Spielberg, but Spielberg. Okay? All right? Spielberg, one of the greatest in movie making. Imagine that. Failure right there, right as he's getting out of high school. He fails to get into the school he wants to get into, but he continues and goes to a Cal State school when he was going to a private school. There's another book, I think something on Mulberry Street. You guys know this author? This author puts their book into a publisher. Now one time, not two times, not three times like Mr. Spielberg. He puts it in 27 times and fails to get a publisher to approve his book. The first book, I think I saw it on Mulberry Street. That's the name of the title, don't Google it. Something close to that. And for all you online, if I don't have the title right, you know what I have to say to you. Whatever. 27 times. Finally, a publisher, small publisher named Vanguard at the time, picks up this publishing rights and sells 6 million copies of that book that nobody wanted. This author goes on to sell over 100 million copies of his books. His name is Dr. Seuss. Goals, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's got them. But not everybody achieves them. Not everybody accomplishes them. Not everybody strives for them. So the 3 points when you come up with goals, number one, just like your vision board, don't crowd that vision board up. How many people have seen a vision board and it's a collage? Basically, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, 3,000 pieces. You want to do everything. You want to be an author, an actor, a restaurateur, a pilot, like everything's on there. Just like our life, super confusing. So you only want to have and accomplish a few things that you want to set your mind to. Can't have it all. So I would start out with 3 goals, whether it's annual or 5 years or 10 years. 3 goals. One thing to remember is that you can never change your life unless you change your daily habits. You have to break them down. The other aspect of achieving your goals is to make them measurable. If you can't measure it, you don't know if you're achieving it. I want to be the best that I can be type of shit. How do you measure that? How do you measure that? Make sure, number one, is that what? What's the first point? Not too many goals. 2 or 3 goals. Now, if you want something in your lifetime, you know that you have to start right now. Anybody not running out of time, got all the time in the world, and live forever? Any immortals in here? Okay, so we know that time is a thing that's running out for all of us. Yet, we're all born with the same amount of time, so if you want to accomplish anything, focus on only a few, and then make it what?
Measurable.
Measurable. How do you make something measurable? How? Accountability. Quantifiable, I heard. What else? Set standards. Okay? So I want to make it measurable. So no big pie in the sky thing. I want to author a book. Let's say. That's one of my goals. Do I have to write every day? So here's my last point. Make a deadline. Otherwise, I want to write a book, creates a cemetery that's rich with a whole bunch of books people never wrote, a whole bunch of dreams that people never accomplished, a whole bunch of marathons that people never ran. I think I was hearing somebody that said the cemetery is the richest place on earth. It has all the dreams that people died with over there. Because that first date you get, in my case, is 1972. I don't know when the last part is, but that dash, you get to choose what you're going to do. So make sure that you put a deadline. So now, let's go back to this book I want to write. I want to write a book within 2 years. Do I have to write every day? Yeah, absolutely. Don't wait till you feel like it. That's the other aspect of it. Oh, I don't feel like it. How many times have you heard that?
This morning.
I don't feel like going in.
All day.
I don't feel like doing this. Forget about feeling like doing it. Because if you spent enough time with yourself to write down that goal, waiting and feeling for stuff is not going to get you into that. You have to systematically approach it. So you have a deadline, 2 years. You agree that I have to write nearly every single day. Write how much? Is that quantifiable?
Yes.
Yeah. That's how I was able to write my book. Because that was the last thing I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to accomplish it, so I broke it down. I wanted to write an X amount of words. That's how I started. I set a goal for myself to write 500 words, even when I didn't feel like it. 600 pages later, it's a book. It's not perfect. It's riddled with all kinds of run-on sentences, punctuation, and all that, but I still was able to punch it out. So, going back, what was the first key?
Don't overcrowd.
Limit your goals. Number 2, Make it measurable.
Measurable.
Make it measurable.
Okay. Number 3,
Set a
set a
deadline.
deadline. Okay? And that's it. That's how you do it over and over and over again. I have a book that I carry around that has like a 5 or 10-year goal or a life goal. But I take that list and I move it over to a daily, weekly, and monthly. So every year, if there's something on there, and sometimes it's okay, you can't accomplish everything, right? Sometimes I don't have time to learn a third language or something. Okay, well, that's gonna have to fall off. Oh well, I'm not fluent in Mandarin. Oh well, I just gotta drop that. But then I gotta recycle and see what's more important in my life at that given moment or season. So, how many people have? Now, remember, we already talked about procrastination.
Yeah.
So, how many people have a goal they want to achieve? And remember, in real estate, that's what we're about right here. If you want to make an X amount of money, you have to do an X amount of activity. Can we all agree?
Yes.
Are you going to feel like it every day?
No.
But imagine we just distributed 5,000 flyers. There was a measurable task. It was in a structured system. There was a deadline. And we all pushed ourselves to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay, 100%. So let's go around the room. Let's talk about what goals you want to have. Pick one. Don't give me a sermon. Just blot it out. I want to do this. Yes, ma'am.
So I wanted to door knock my desired farm, and I've been out every day by myself, just hitting one block, sometimes up and back, for 25 houses, sometimes just one side, but I make myself grab the flyers I'm gonna pass out and walk out the door, even though I don't want to.
Okay. That's the first step. She said, even if it's 25 doors, even if it's 2 doors, you're making progress, because chances are, if she said to herself, I don't feel like it today,
Oh, no, I
and
see.
tomorrow it gets easier to say the same thing, right? How many
Yeah.
people ever work for somebody, you don't call in sick, but then you call in sick that one time, and it's like, that tasted good. Then all of a sudden, you go down this rabbit hole. All right, anybody else got a goal they want to share and how you're doing it? Yes, ma'am.
I've never really had a set farm,
Huh?
but I realized that Teresa does so well, and Liz Weaver does so well having a farm.
Mhm.
I'm now going to cultivate the farm.
Yes,
The
finally.
Merck
Awesome.
Park with one of the owners that lives there, Miss Aisha.
All right.
And across the street on the west side of Crenshaw is Crenshaw Manor. So we're going to do the both, right?
Awesome.
Farming
Awesome. We've been
is
waiting for someone to die.
essential to the real estate business. That doesn't mean you can't sell everywhere, but that focus drives expertise in inventory, location, pricing, people, activities. Great job. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I was officially resigned for chicks.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
You want to cut off that
She wants
screen?
to.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Financially,
Sometimes it's called burning the boat. You get to a deserted island, you burn the boat, guess what? You got to survive, right? Okay? That's how I learned how to swim. Anybody else? Okay.
I have a goal, so I set a goal to enter all my contacts from my open houses. It took me a while because I was doing it without setting any standards, but I have made a commitment and I'm pretty much almost done. I have two more points to enter, and then the next goal would be to start reaching back out and calling.
Okay.
But, it took me years to get
Okay.
there.
So it could take you a long time. Remember, if you set a deadline, then you have to act within that deadline, push yourself. The other last point I want to make is have it tied to some kind of a loss. People don't like to lose something, okay? So, hey, if I don't lose X by this much, or if I don't gain this, or if I don't accomplish this, I'm going to give X amount away. That theory in human psychology comes from the fact that if I was going to go out there and work out, and I made a promise to myself to go to the gym, and I don't feel like I might not show up, but now a friend is waiting for me to go to the gym. They're in the parking lot texting me, talking about where you at. Now what? Just like y'all got that 8-week thing about you guys slipping last week, right? Okay, so that makes me go, oh my God, you know, Teresa's waiting for me to go work out. I'm gonna show up. But now I'm paying a coach or a trainer to work me out. And I'm paying them $200 a session. Am I showing up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So see how that works? So set it not only a deadline, but infuse it with something you don't want to give up, and that's going to pull you to do it. All right. The reason why I show up here every Tuesday and Thursday because I know people are going to be here, right? Waiting, and I have to show up, so there's no excuses, and I'll just do that. Let's go to Muterland. Unmute yourself and tell us about your goals that you want to share with us on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to be more patient by tomorrow. It's not working out.
Tomorrow.
It's not working out. All right. So nobody unmasked and muted themselves. Today, after this thing, think about what you want me to talk about on the floor today. Okay? And we'll cover it. Miss Shonda, back to you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Ali. You guys, today is Tuesday, so we shall continue on with our activities for the week. It's a field day for us, you guys. We're going to start off with Broker Caravan, which will be from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you check your emails, you will see that you have the list. One of our agents, Liz Weaver, will be on 64th Street in Inglewood. So if you're out here, definitely support our fellow PPR agents. And then you guys, today is also our Text 10 Challenge Day, so make sure that you are reaching out to your sphere, to your contacts, to your prospects, reminding them that you are in real estate and you're here to service their needs. Additionally, guys, meet us back here in the office at 2:30. LaRoca Home Inspections will be covering mold and moisture. If you're unable to make it into the office, we do have a Zoom link which is already posted on the Google Calendar for you. Otherwise, you will receive a text message about an hour before the course so that you can tap in and join us for their inspection. You guys, it is our inspection week, so today is the LaRoca Home Inspection. Thursday will be a roofing inspection course with LA Top Roofing, Mark Rabbit. So make sure that you guys are tuning in. These are the classes that we are lining up for you guys so you can get the training that you need, things that you can share with your clients, you know, things to look out for as well. So that's what we have coming up this particular week, guys. And is there anyone else who may be hosting Brokers Open today? All right. Well, with that means that I shall see you all at 2:30 today for our training. All right, and hopefully you guys are getting out and reaching out to your sphere as well as participating in Broker Open, doing some networking as well, checking out the inventory. So with that, you guys, are there any other questions, comments? I feel like it went so smoothly today.
No questions, no comments.